all you people here early. Well, welcome. Are you guys feeling okay? Let me hear some noise. Let me know you're okay. I know, right? Turn some music on. Well, good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning. My name is Jody Harris, and I am a Las Vegas-based wedding and event professional here, and also involved in the ADJA. So I definitely want to thank Drax for sponsoring this track, because you guys are going to learn a lot from this lady. How many of you are actually using your Instagram? We got a lot of Instagrammers here? Just so you know, ADJA does have an Instagram page, so please make sure you follow that. Very, very important. And just in case you want to follow me, it's Jody Harris Vegas. There you go. All right, but I'm not here to talk about me. I'm here to talk about our presenter. Stacy Nichols is a professional DJ, wedding professional. She's based out of San Diego, California. Anybody from San Diego here? All right, one. Stacy, here we go. That works. Last year, Stacy was honored to do a presentation to a packed house, and they're all starting to come in again. Stacy spoke at Mobile Beat. I don't know if any of you saw her at Mobile Beat. Yes? Awesome. Very cool. And she's going to be speaking later on today. She's also going to be featured at the Midwest DJs Live Conference coming up. Oh, there we go. Awesome. So please, if you can, I'd like to introduce your speaker, because you're going to be insta blown away. You like that? Insta blown away, ladies and gentlemen. Please, Stacy Nichols.
Thank you to the OG, the original girl boss, Jody Harris. Looks like we've got the podium mic off now. All right, so I'm going to jump right in here, and we're going to start talking about Instagram. So before we even kind of get started, I think it's important to really set the stage for how to even think about or have the right mindset just before you even set out on the Instagram journey. And really today, Instagram is the new About page. So, 10 years ago, you were interested in booking a service and you wanted to dig a little bit deeper. You think, okay, I'm going to go to their About page, check it out. And I think today, About pages are sort of dying out, right? And when a bride or a groom is on your, not profile, they're on your website and they see, okay, I'm interested, I'd like to look to the next level. They're going to your Instagram. That's the new About page. Okay, so that's kind of our mindset that we want to have going into this. Love this picture. Miley Cyrus, and this is her at the VMAs a couple years ago, and she says, well, I took a year off to focus on what I really love, Instagram. I think it's really cute because she's actually, one of the top 5 most popular Instagram accounts. Definitely not one of the top 5 most popular celebrities, right? She works her Instagram. Instagram's fun. We can have fun with it. So, y'all can have a PhD in Instagram before you leave here today, and we're going to start out with some important numbers. So 32% of online adults are using Instagram. Women are the majority. 70% of American Instagram users have a post-secondary education. This is starting to sound like anyone's target market. Women with educations. Oh, and guess what? They make a lot of money. 59% of Instagrammers in the US are under 30. Right? This is all our target market right here. And then Instagram users over 25 years old spend more than 24 minutes a day on the app. No surprise there, right? Everybody get pictures that want pictures? 80% of Instagrammers follow at least one business. Let me see your hand if you follow a business on Instagram. If you follow more than one business on Instagram. Right? If you follow one, you probably follow 50. 60% of Instagram users said that they discover new products through the app. 75% of them take action, like visiting a website, right? So, Brandless. I've seen their ad a couple of times now on Instagram, and I am like, tomorrow I will have time to check out Brandless. I want to check out Brandless. because I've seen it a couple of times and it looks really appealing to me. So this is happening on Instagram. Important, super, super, super important. We're going to talk about this a little bit more in detail coming up. If you put a hashtag on your post, even just one hashtag, you're going to improve your rate of engagement by more than 10%. So imagine if you have 5 hashtags or 10 hashtags, a lot more engagement on that particular post. This one, the final one, I think is really unique because the way that Instagram is laid out is really perfect for engagement. You know, you think about when you're scrolling on your phone, it's so easy on Instagram to just hit the heart, hit the heart, hit the heart, like every single one. You know what I mean? On Facebook, like the only person that gets reaction from me is probably my husband. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't react to stuff anymore. I gotta pick a face, and you know, it's not really funny, but it's not really, I just click heart, but it's so easy. Okay, so we're gonna do some photography tips, which is really, really important to success on Instagram. So, how many of you guys in here know Jasmine Star? A couple of people? Okay, so she was a like $10,000 wedding photographer, she's killing it, and she has recently shifted into becoming a branding expert. She was so successful with her photography business. So really, if you want to get Instagram tips, you want it from someone that knows photography and is now a branding expert, right? So I had the advantage of seeing her speak at Social Media Marketing World 2 years ago, and these were her photography tips. So full credit to Jasmine Star, I'm just passing them along. They are very helpful tips that have really helped me put some, great pictures up on my Instagram. So the first one, natural lighting. This is so huge. I understand when we're at weddings, a lot of times it's an indoor space, right? But there's typically like one wall of windows. Well, in San Diego, I guess. I don't know, I can't say everywhere, but there's typically some natural light coming in somewhere. So, if I'm going to be taking a picture of, the centerpiece or the cake, I'm going to try to do that by a table near the window rather than, we're obviously all back in the corner, you know what I mean, right? We're like not by the window. So rather than just standing where my gear is and taking a picture, I'm going to try to go over and grab some natural lighting. Another thing that you'll see if you follow me on Instagram is I take a lot of selfies in my car. This is not on accident. I've got natural lighting coming in from like 3 different directions while I'm in my car. And you know what? Every little bit of natural lighting is like, this takes 5 years off. That took another 5 years off. This, by the time I get a selfie in my car, I'm looking pretty good, right? I'm looking back to my 20s. Okay, so natural lighting, huge, huge, huge. Number 2, don't take pictures in the Instagram app. Okay, when you edit an image in Instagram, all you really have is a filter and a crop. If you take the picture in your phone, you have the ability to increase the brightness, increase the warmth. There's a lot more that you can do with it. So you want to edit the picture in your phone first, then upload it to Instagram, throw on a filter, crop it, things like that. That makes a huge difference too. Okay, number 3. When we're setting up for a wedding, what do we always see the photographer and the cake people doing? They've just spent however much time setting up all the flowers, putting out the cake. They're proud of their work, like we all are, after we get set up. And they walk over the cake, click. Walk over the flowers, click, click. The same picture. We're all taking the same picture. I put the cake in the middle of my phone, and I just full frontal took a picture of it. What if, let's say this is the table, what if I was on the table looking up at the flowers or looking up at the cake? What if I went over the cake or the flowers like this and I got a picture of it like that? What if I stood way back and I got a picture of the cake in the bottom right corner rather than just in the center? All these kind of little things that take an extra 10 seconds, extra few seconds, and you're going to make a lot more interesting images for your Instagram. Anyone heard of the rule of thirds? Okay, if you know photography, you've probably heard of it. I'm gonna show you an example of this on the next slide, but this is another photography rule. And then 5, again, just edit the image in your camera before you actually post it up to Instagram. Okay, so this is the rule of thirds, and it's like if you took kind of a tic-tac-toe grid and you threw it over the image. So again, most of the pictures that we're seeing, at least in our industry, we're just like kind of full frontal, standard angle. Most of us, if we had taken a picture of this tree at sunset, we would have put the tree right in the middle, right? So by aligning sort of the lines of the image along the tic-tac-toe grid, we get a slightly more interesting image. It gives it a little pop. And it's free, it's easy, it just takes an extra second to align the image differently. All right, so you guys have seen the desktop pictures, right? These are super popular, especially on Instagram, but they're kind of taking over, in memes and things like that. And they're super easy to do, and these are great filler pictures for your Instagram. On those Tuesdays when we're not doing anything really sexy, but we still need to post something. So this kind of collage I have on the side is showing the process of how I get to the final image, which is the top one on the right. So first, I'm by my window where I have some sunlight coming through, okay? So I've got my natural lighting. I have a foam board from the 99-cent store. It's sitting on a stool. I'm standing on my daughter's toilet. Very sexy stuff. And I just, took 1 minute to run around the house and kind of grab some different things. I got some letters off the fridge, the cup of tea I was drinking, and my headphones. Put that on top of the foam board, and I just get a few pictures of it, looking straight down on it. The original raw image is the one on the bottom, and then I turn up the warmth, I turn up the brightness, poof, you got a really professional looking picture. So what I recommend is, go to the 99-cent store, buy a little disco ball, buy some confetti, buy just a couple of prop things that you can keep in sort of an Instagram supply closet or whatever, where, when every 3 months and you need some more Tuesday content, you can spend an hour taking a bunch of pictures like these with, conference badges and DJ magazines and just whatever latest kind of DJ-related things that you might have around. Take a ton of these pictures at once, and then you have content for those days where you don't have anything else going on. You have content for the next couple of months already, in your stockpile, ready to go. Okay, so again, hashtags. Just using one of these will increase your engagement on a post for an extra 12%. Glad to see everyone taking pictures. Okay, so a lot of times I'm looking at you guys' Instagram and I'm seeing, today I DJ da-da-da. Every time you use the word DJ, DJs, DJ, throw a hashtag in front of it. It's already there. Just put a hashtag in front of it. The next two, DJ Life and DJ Nation, these are really, really big. And I've had coaching and consulting clients that have told me, well, Stacy, you want other DJs to follow you because you do coaching for DJs. Well, how's that going to help me? I'm selling to brides. Hold your horses, okay? 2 stories, really quick. I met a girl named DJ Jenny Pocket through Instagram because I was searching San Diego DJ or San Diego female DJ or something on Instagram, just thinking around. And I saw her, I'm like, hey, nice to meet you, I'm DJ Stacy. Introduced myself. I met her, maybe in June or July last month. Same DJ that I would not have ever met had I not, done hashtag action on Instagram, invited me to be on BPM Supreme's female DJ forum. They hosted in San Diego, which is now becoming like this nationwide thing. They're doing them in various different cities. I was the token local DJ. I was sitting up on the same table with the lady that DJs for the San Francisco 49ers, the only female DJ in San Diego that plays live on the radio. All of that networking happened. All of those doors opened because of hashtags on Instagram. I've got like inside jokes now with the CEO of BPM Supreme. So fine, you know what? Don't post to hashtag DJ anything. I will take all of those for you guys, and you guys can just stick with the prize. Also, I had the privilege of DJing the Lamborghini West Coast launch of their first ever SUV. She found me on Instagram, you know? And what is she doing? She goes on Instagram. She's looking up hashtag San Diego DJ, right? That's how they're finding you. Or just not just randomly appearing in your feed. Okay, so hashtags are super important. The ones in red are probably the two single most important ones that you're going to use to get new leads and bookings for your business. And I'm consistently seeing people not using them. When I see people posting for weddings, I'm seeing things like hashtag wedding cake, hashtag vows, hashtag get it girl. And I'm like, where is your hashtag USA DJ? That is how people are finding you. Use that. Likewise, hashtag your city wedding. If you are involved in any kind of a niche area, maybe you're Latin DJ, maybe you're country DJ, you know, hashtag whatever your niche is. So for me, female DJs rock, chicks who mix, I use those all the time. Hashtag wedding DJ, hashtag mobile DJ, music is life, mixing, remixing, dance, DMFAO, vinyl, mixtape, Insta music. Last week, maybe 2 weeks ago, I posted a video of, I was doing some scratch practice, learning to scratch, and the song I was scratching to was Strike It Up by Black Box. So instead of just putting, you know, hashtag scratching, hashtag vinyl, I also tagged Black Box. And I also used hashtag 90s house music, hashtag 90s dance music. What happened the next day? I opened up my Instagram. Crystal friggin' Waters liked my post. Yeah, I mean, like, oh, I get chills just saying it. So, you know, yeah, make sure you tag in everybody. Whatever song you're playing, tag it. Whatever equipment you're using. If you're on a Pioneer and I can see your controller in the shot, tag Pioneer. If you're playing a remix from Direct Music Service, hashtag Team DMS. If you are blasting out your QSCs, hashtag QSC moments. You know, find out what are the hashtags for the services that you're involved with, for the equipment that you're using, and use those hashtags. You know, how nice is it to get a little love back from Pioneer? I tagged Starbucks the other day. Starbucks gave me a like. These things happen. All right, so this is kind of a tricky thing, and I actually overheard some ladies talking about this at lunch yesterday. What goes on my profile and what goes on my story? If you're not using stories, use stories, okay? Stories are content that live for 24 hours. It can be pictures or videos. There's a lot of fun things you can add to them, like GIFs, and you can like check into locations and things like that. And when you're first starting out with stories, you might be, you know, what goes where. So just break it down very quickly for everybody. So your profile, you want to put those kind of branded images that really represent your brand, you know, more of your curated images, if you will. Again, also curated videos. So, you know, maybe if you have some bullet points and you bothered to sit behind a nice backdrop, that might be more of a curated video that you would put on your profile. Whereas if you're ranting at a stoplight, maybe that's more of a story because it's only going to live for 24 hours. Things that help you market yourself, like, you know, video of you scratching or mixing. Something with brand association related. Last week, I DJ'd for a Reebok store in downtown San Diego. They put out a nice flyer, Reebok logo, right by my name. Yeah, I want that on my profile. You know what I mean? Be yourself, not too salesy. We'll talk in a little bit about what's called the 80-20 rule. And you have to remember again, Instagram is the new about page. Your about page is not a place for a sales pitch. It's It's a place to be yourself. So remember that when you're thinking of what's going permanently to become a part of that profile wall. And, oh, last one is so big. Pictures, a text overlay of the top 5 most important words from a review. Not screenshots from the Knot and Wedding Wire. I don't want to see those on your profiles anymore. They're ugly, okay? Those go on your story. When you get a new review, I still want to see it on your profile, but I want you to take out the 5 most important words from that review and type it on top of a picture. Doesn't even have to be from that wedding, any wedding. And that is what would go on your profile. That would be appropriate for your Instagram profile. The screenshot is appropriate for your story. For your story, behind the scenes stuff. You know, you're unboxing some new equipment, tinkering with, recharging up lights or whatever, prepping a playlist, those kind of things. I think people still enjoy seeing that, not exclusively, but it is kind of interesting to know how we put things together behind the scenes, right? Live video, that's going to be on your story. And again, just you being you, playing with your dog, taking your kids to the beach, a sexy meal you ate last week. Those kind of things are fine to post. It doesn't have to all be work related. Show them who you are, have a personality. Just marketing to millennials is about 2 things, transparency and authenticity. So if your Instagram profile is where they are going to dig deeper about you, and they don't see authentic and they don't see transparent there, they see shoulder pads, right? Because I gotta look professional, I gotta be work. It's kind of a dead end. They're done digging. Also for your story, stuff you want saved to your highlights. So if you are not too familiar with how the stories are working, on someone's profile you see these little circles under the website link. Those are story highlights. So if you've done any kind of looking around on Instagram, you've probably seen that a new trend is people will do a highlight that's just their packages. And then they'll do another highlight that's their prices. They'll do another highlight that's testimonials. Now you're not going to see that on my Instagram, and the reason why is because it's salesy. And my Instagram page is a place where I am being myself, work, and my passion for my work is definitely part of who I am. But the other reason I don't do that is because let's say I'm interested, in booking you, and I like what I see after I've dug a little further into your Instagram. How far away is the link to my website from the story highlights? Like this, or like 3 hairs away? It's right there. Okay, what happens when I scroll through those story highlights of your packages? Bam! I get a dead end. There's no contact button. There's no call to action. But we've taken all this time on our websites to build these sales funnels with calls to action and contact forms and contact buttons. I want you to go to my website. If you're interested, just click on my website link 3 hairs above where the story highlight is. So that's why you're not going to see me doing that. A lot of people are doing it. It's fine. Just not my philosophy. Okay. A couple of do's and don'ts. We talked about this one already. Do tag your equipment manufacturer, fellow vendors, the venue, and the client. Do post daily. Sometimes things happen. It doesn't happen every day. It's fine, but that's our goal. Another one that I really recommend is the Instagram Unfollowers app. So if you're kind of new to the Instagram game, this is how it works. People will follow you to get you to follow back, and then they know that Instagram is not going to send you a notification when they unfollow you. So they're going to follow you and immediately unfollow you, assuming that you're going to reciprocate and follow back. And then they build up their followers by unfollowing everybody. The only way you're going to know that you've been unfollowed is by downloading one of these apps. apps. There's a couple of different ones to track the unfollowers, but I'll go on there and I'll see, okay, these are all the people that unfollow me, and that allows me to keep my ratio of followers and posts and everything in check, because you don't want the number of people you're following to be up here and the people following you is way less than that. Respond to all the comments. Spend, at least minimum 10 minutes a day. This can be done while you're waiting to pick your kid up at school, or any other time during the day. We're just kind of killing a few minutes. Just make sure that you like and comment with your followers' posts so that you can stay engaged and relevant. One thing that I do is when people sign my contract, after the signature and the address and everything, right below that, I have a little block on the contract where I ask your Pinterest wedding board, your Instagram profile, and the hashtag for the event, if they have one. And then also, on the welcome letter that they get from me immediately after they book, in the first paragraph, hey, are you guys on Instagram? Here's my Instagram with a clickable link. And almost, I'm gonna say 80% of the time, I don't even have to look up their Instagram on the contract because they've already followed me first by just clicking on that link in the welcome letter. And then I definitely pay special attention to liking and commenting on any of my booked clients' stuff that I see on Instagram. Do consider always using the same filter to give your page consistency. I use Hefe, it's like the second to the last one on there. I like having a little vignette, I like the warm, bright lighting that it provides. When you're using different filters all the time, it can look a little bit skitsy, a little messy, and having one filter gives it a nice consistency. Do place a laundry list of hashtags in the comments. So let's say you've posted something that, you have a ton of people you need to tag, and you've got equipment people, and you have music, and there's all these things that you want to tag. But you don't want it to look cluttered on your description. So what you can do is actually, put the 3 most important hashtags or whatnot in the description, and then all the rest of them can be down in a comment, basically hidden. You still get the same search engine juice, but it doesn't make your description look cluttered and messy or salesy. Do have a cool prompt that you can give happy couples to pose with. So the ones that you see in the picture here, I have one for my own business, and I got it from Etsy. And how I found it was on Etsy, I searched custom crop sign, and you should be able to find it if you're interested in ordering something similar. But a couple of ways that you can use these. After the event, someone comes over, oh my God, Stacy, you killed it, we love you. Oh, awesome, would you like to pose for a picture on my Instagram with me? Of course they want to, right? Hey, you want to hold this up? And or I just put it in the picture, right? And it's like hashtag DJ Stacy rocks. Another way that I've used this before is like I DJ at a social media conference. I put the @San Diego DJ Stacy just right in front of my stuff. And then people can, Instagram me, they can tag me, but they can Instagram me requests or, feedback or things like that. And because it's a social media conference, it's completely appropriate, not appropriate for every event, but certain places, that's quite appropriate. I think we've probably been past this already, but don't post ugly snapshot type things. You got the photography tips, use them. Don't post salesy or ad promotion type stuff more than 20% of the time. Again, this is called the 80-20 rule. And the rule is basically that 80% of your content should be of value to your audience. So it's something pretty to look at. It's funny, it's entertaining in some way. It's something of value to them. 20% is like, hey, I'm available on these days, or I'm doing a special, or this is how to book me. Okay? You don't want to be on one side or the other. You don't want to never ask for the sale or pretend you're running a charity if it's a business, and you don't want to just be, all personal. So you want to find that balance. So 80-20 is the kind of rule. This is tough with some DJs, but don't buy Instagram followers. It's really not about the number of people following you, it's about how engaged those people are. I would much rather have a small group of engaged, organic followers who are actually interested in in who I am than to be able to say, like, oh, that's right, I got 20,000 people following me on Instagram. You know, ghosts. Like, it's just, who am I showing off to? That's not paying my mortgage, you know? Last, don't just post a gig log. This is a huge thing for everybody in this room. A lot of gig logs going on. Have a personality. Show us behind the scenes. You know, put up a funny meme here and there. Put up a song lyric you like. Step out behind the equipment and be you, okay? So I did a super casual, informal Instagram survey of a couple of different DJs that I am connected with on Instagram, and I asked basically 2 questions. I said, first of all, are you getting leads from Instagram? And second of all, has Instagram become an increasing source of leads for your business? So, you know, just to keep it brief, I only put up the people that told me they were getting leads from Instagram, so you know, you can check out their profiles if you want and get ideas as to what they're posting. The first person I talked to, of course, she's Janai, and he said, you know, really, Instagram is the only social media platform that they put priority on. Do Breezy Entertainment, not sure if he's here, he's from Seattle. What are his brand colors? Purple and black, right? Everything's very consistent. He posts regularly, and he's getting leads from Instagram, and they're coming in more and more. I talked to DJ Jim Horn. He had actually just started doing some Instagram paid ads, and said that those were working very well, and he was getting a lot of great response from that, a lot of traffic coming in. Again, he posts very consistently. You can see fun, upbeat images. They all have a consistent look to them. Toronto Wedding DJ, he also posts super consistently and things that are, you know, on his brand message day in and day out. He said he's getting 3 to 4 leads a month, which was pretty much a common number for all the people that I talked to, like maybe 1 a week, something of that nature. DJ Keyless, I'm not sure if she's here right now, but she is at the Wedding MBA. She posts a lot of really great stuff. If you're not following her, she's very entertaining. Also, she said she's getting about 2 to 3 leads a month, and it's definitely coming in more. Fun DJ company. So this is, I'm sure a lot of you guys know Joe. He is the only multi-op, really, that we've seen on this list. I think, so he said that he is getting some leads from Instagram, but his numbers were not as high as some of the other companies. And I love his feed. I think he does a great job. He puts out consistent stuff. It's fun. It shows off their brand, their company. It's like music quotes and music history things. But what we're not seeing is more of that behind the scenes kind of personal stuff. And so one of the things that you might do if you're a multi-op is like, hey, DJ A, this week is your behind the scenes Instagram week, and we need you to get us 3 videos or 3 pictures by the end of the week of anything equipment related, talking about bride related, wedding venue walkthrough, anything behind the scenes that you've done. And then the next week it's DJ B's turn and DJ C, and there is a way to get that behind the scenes and more personal touch even if you're running a multi-op. All right, Sanity Saver. One of the things that can be a little tricky with Instagram is it's kind of like having a newborn baby. You got to feed and water this thing every freaking day. You got to wake up and you're like, ugh, what do I post on Instagram today? Like, what if nothing happens? And, oh my God, it's 7 o'clock tonight and I haven't posted anything on Instagram, and what do? I have to make something happen. So one of the ways that you could like decrease the sanity on your newborn baby Instagram is having kind of a calendar to default to. If you find yourself in a super sexy event on Wednesday, yeah, throw Wedding Wednesday out for that week, right? But a lot of times during the week, you're not doing anything terribly sexy. So you can do, a music Monday, every Monday, and then you don't have to like kill yourself trying to think of something, okay, just a song quote, a remix, something. You can do those desktop pictures that we talked about on Tuesdays, Wedding Wednesday. Like Jody posts a lot of Wedding Wednesdays here in Vegas. Throwback Thursdays are great. You can do a personal picture, like a vintage something from you, or an old wedding picture. Fridays, maybe you do a meme or a song quote or something like that every Friday. Saturdays, most likely going to be pictures from your events. And, Sunday can be just your personal, just something personal you did during the week. It doesn't even necessarily have to be something that happened on Sunday. Just look through your phone, what have I done this week? And schedule future filler posts with something like Hootsuite. There's a ton of different social media schedulers. Hootsuite is the one that I happen to use. It's one of the more popular ones. But essentially how it works is, you have a calendar and you can just set images to, 7 o'clock every Monday or whatever, whatever time you choose. And this is how the Hootsuite dashboard looks like. So the red one with the arrow is the scheduled post. So I just saw another tattoo that I liked. That kind of represents my personality, fits with my brand. So I'm like, okay, I just took a screenshot of it. I'm like, I'll schedule that for later. Someday when I don't have anything to post, just put that up. You can also, in your Hootsuite dashboard, you can see all of your social media. So you can put your Twitter and your Facebook and everything right there and see it all in one place. You can also follow hashtags. This is a thing on Instagram now. It wasn't before. But I definitely recommend following, hashtag Your City DJ, hashtag Your City Wedding, and interacting with those posts. So what happens when I schedule a post is, let's say it's scheduled for 10:38 today, I would get a notification on my phone. All I have to do is literally just click the publish button, and that image that I've scheduled shows up already in my Instagram. Just click the publish button and it's done. So you have to be awake, but that's about it. Best times to post on Instagram, you might want to photograph this one. They vary a little bit for each day, but let's talk about Saturday really quick. What do most of us do when we're at our gigs on Saturdays? During the ceremony, I post the ceremony picture. During the first dance, I take a video of it and I post it right then. What if you took all those images and videos during the wedding and then you didn't post them until you got home, unloaded your stuff, took your shoes off, and then when it's the most popular time, then you posted them all at once. And now you're not posting to Instagram while you're at the wedding. So there's two benefits to that one. All right, so we have a few minutes left for questions. I do offer on my consulting website, weddingbizconsultant.com, ebooks. They're geared towards branding and marketing. And I also have a ton of DJ-specific things about timelines and playlists. And I'm not sure if we have a mic out there for questions, but I'm sure you guys all have good voices. So, yes. What do you mean, like, not generically?
I don't know. I don't understand it. I'm really curious what you were saying. I've heard of other people that Instagram does not pick up the algorithms of what you're doing.
I haven't had any problems with it. It's worked pretty smoothly for me. You can, when you post something with Hootsuite, when you schedule it, you can write in the description already, or you can leave the description open. And a lot of times I will leave the description open because, maybe there was just a school shooting that day, and I have something really happy scheduled. Like, okay, for me, I feel like being in the moment is helpful for those scheduled things. Like, okay, maybe I'm not going to post this, or maybe I'm going to change the description to be more reflective, or, so, but yeah, no, I haven't had any issues. Yes, sir?
I've seen a lot of people on Instagram were like three dots after they do that thing. What's the significance? Is that something that we need to do? Is there a reason behind that?
The mysterious 3 dots. Okay, so you can't do like a line break. You know how you could normally like hit the return key and you would go, start a new paragraph? You can't do that on Instagram for whatever reason. So in order to start a new paragraph, you don't just have this endless running stream of text. People put a few dots and then continue with the second paragraph just to break up a long image description. Yes, my shirt? hashtags is a bit heavy. Yeah. You don't want to only have like one or two, and maybe you want to try and stay away from 30 or 40. I do think there's a sweet spot. If you're using 30 or 40 hashtags, my question would really be, are all of these genuinely relevant? Because we've all been in situations where, okay, I'm in San Diego, and I'm searching hashtag San Diego DJ. I see people from Nevada. I see people from the East Coast. I see people from Mexico that are posting to hashtag San Diego DJ. Well, how, so actually, take a step back. If I'm using 40 hashtags, maybe it's possible that not all of these are really productive for my business. And that's an example. Yeah. I would find it really a stretch to think of 40 hashtags that would be relevant to one particular image. I think that would really be a stretch. Yes?
My question is kind of like this, my Bruce Reed, my Butler, say a lot of people can't keep going about it, so Twitter.
Yeah, Instagram doesn't really know how the image is getting, there, because I am still the person pushing the publish button. It's not like I have some auto bot that's creating and publishing the content. All that's happening is I'm getting a reminder from Instagram with this image already loaded up. So I still have to, me personally, human being, have to click the publish button. So that should have no effect, and I haven't noticed any effect for me. All the way in the back.
Yeah, would you mind putting on that last slide with best time to post?
This one?
Yeah.
Yes.
So with regards to hashtags, I've heard both ends of this, and I don't know if you have the answer, but is it more effective for your algorithms and all that stuff to hashtag in your actual message or as a comment?
It's the same. They both work the same. So you just think of from the bride point of view or whatever. If I want to find you, I'm going to go search that hashtag. So she's going to see that hashtag, whether it's pulling up in a comment or a description, will still work the same way.
And is it going to make a difference in terms of, and I just don't have to touch on this a little bit. I've been told by somebody that Instagram essentially, if you put even 10 in your actual post or whatever it's called, still learning this Instagram thing, that they actually penalize you for that session. So you should only do it.
I'm not aware of any kind of penalties, and I haven't seen that on my own account. And also to answer another point that someone else brought up earlier, like using hashtag DJ Life.
They used to do that.
So using like hashtag DJ Life, for example, yes, it is a popular hashtag, but I don't think that necessarily means don't use it. But I noticed for some of those more popular hashtags that are being used internationally, I'm going to get a lot of people looking up that hashtag maybe the first hour after I post. But 24 hours after I post, no, because I'm going to be way down in that feed now. But my local hashtags and stuff, I'm still going to get traffic for a while. Yes, sir.
You mentioned earlier package moving or
Yeah, you can do @Pioneer USA and hashtag Pioneer DJ. You can do both for sure. Well, Pioneer has never responded to any of my taggings or hashtags. Yes, not yet, but I remain hopeful. But yeah, there are definitely companies that they literally have someone sitting at that Instagram all day long and they're liking. It's happening. Yes.
Versus the
She said yes, yeah. Like hashtag she said yes, New York.
So when I said to a location where I like both that client was just engaged in white.
Well, that's why I would really suggest just using hashtag your city DJ, hashtag your city wedding, because those are really the two main ones that are going to generate leads for you. Like geographically, no. I mean, you could type hashtag she said yes, New York. You could type New York on there, but I don't think you're going to get a lot of people searching that hashtag with something that's not geographic related. I don't think you're going to get a lot of traction from that. Yes. Just better search engine optimization, you know, so if you've gone in Instagram and you just typed like hashtag, or you just typed your city DJ, not even with a hashtag on front of it, you're gonna find, and at least I found this to be true in San Diego, the DJs that do have San Diego in their name are the ones that come up first. So it's, yeah, no accident on my end. I do get called Sandy God all the time. Yes.
You mentioned followers. You want more followers than following. Why is that matter?
Oh, just so you're keeping the ratio, right? So, you know, people are talking about the algorithms and everything, and if I, for example, have only put out 3 posts, and I'm following 8,000 businesses, you know, Instagram's gonna have a different read on that than if I am posting daily, and I'm engaging at a more balanced rate. You know what I mean? All these things are all considered. You know, the algorithms on the social media sites are kind of as tricky, like, as the Google algorithms, right? Like, whatever cracks them. And so, you know, whether this is a big part of the algorithm or it's a tiny part, I can't say. But I do think that it is a relevant consideration. So, yes.
Other than your phone editor, do you recommend any editing programs or apps?
You know, there are so many amazing photo editing apps on my phone that I don't take it off my phone, put it on my laptop, and then do it back. This is my timer. We're at 45 minutes here.
Check out
So, you know, when I heard Jasmine Starr speak at Social Media Marketing World, she said the same thing. I take pictures on my phone. I post pictures to my Instagram that are from my phone. Your phones are very advanced. The cameras are very advanced today, and there really isn't a necessity to take it off your phone. Instagram was made as an app. It's intended to be used on a smartphone. You know, you certainly could, but you definitely don't have to.